Hi, I'm Adrienne Smith, and I'm going to take you through just a little bit of easy stretching, something that you can do when you first wake up in the morning or before you're going to sleep. This is what I like to do. And the best thing that you can do is have some sort of prop that you can put underneath your shoulder blades. I'm going to use this block. So if you have a block, join me, okay? So you're going to first start out laying on your back. Superbadakonasana is what we call it. You're going to take the block the long way underneath your shoulder blades. So I'll just demonstrate behind. It'll go right about here. Now, depending on how tight the front of your chest is and your neck is, you might need an additional block to place underneath your head. Or you could use a pillow or something to support you. It's a pretty big opener for the front of your throat. And then just bring the soles of your feet together. And just allow yourself to settle in. You might feel like you want to just pull up towards the ceiling, but allow yourself to drop in towards the floor. And you can close your eyes. Just take a couple of deep breaths. Doesn't really matter how you breathe, but I want you to breathe so like you're expansively breathing and you can feel the ribs moving up towards the ceiling, down towards the block, towards the sides of your space. And even rising and falling towards your chin and down towards your pelvis. Three-dimensionally. And if you're doing this as you rise in the morning and you slept the whole night in the fetal position, it can be a little intense. And allow your mind to focus on your breath. Sometimes for myself, I notice that if I close my eyes, I can get lost in thinking. And so having my eyes open and sort of fixed on a point in front of my eyes so that I don't wander in my mind. And wherever you're feeling this is, just know that it's the place that you're supposed to be feeling it. And if it's too much tension, kind of too much intensity, I should say, on the back of your neck or even the front, stretching out, place something underneath the back of your skull. And then you can either stay here or take your arms overhead. And I like to grab opposite elbows. One hand on one elbow, one hand on the other elbow. Kind of readjust your head position. And your elbows may or may not touch the ground, but just really a big opening across the front of your chest. You can kind of, without moving your upper back, start to draw your elbows further towards the back of your space. Not too long here. And if you're tighter in your chest, you might notice that you can't actually breathe very deeply, and that's okay. That's just where you're at. And what happens if you start to attempt to take deeper breaths? Just two more. Okay, if you have each opposite elbow, release that. Place your elbows down into the mat to bring your knees together and roll over to the side, one side of your block. Just slowly, gently, no quick movements there after that hold. And then using your hands, push yourself up to a seat. Ooh. Well, depending on how tight your hips are, I like to sit on a block when I'm going to be seated on the floor for a little bit to elevate the hips above the knees. It creates a little bit more opening. And just sit, we call this easy seat. You can have one foot on top of the other. Doesn't matter if you're tighter and your knees are up here. Or if you want to have your knees out in front of you, so you're seated up more like you're sitting in a chair, but just a tall spine. And just grab hold of, and put your hands on each one of your legs and just gently bring your right shoulder towards the left. I'm just rotating, kind of more rotating in your upper part of your spine. And you can turn your eyes to look towards the back of your space and just breathe. And inhale yourself back to center and look over towards your right shoulder. Root down through your pelvis, lift through the crown of your head. Inhale yourself back to center. And then holding on to your knees with both hands, kind of try to round your upper back. So it's almost like you're gripping. I'll come to the side view here. So you're holding onto your knees, almost like pulling yourself with your stretching out the upper part of your back. Stay there just a couple seconds here. It's like the worst posture ever. And then push your hands into your knees and inhale, lift your chest upwards, almost like a arching of the back. And just stay there. Breathe. Root down through the sit bones, through the feet, lift through the crown of the head, through the center of your chest. And then we're going to go back and forth. It's almost like cat-cows. So you'll round your back, take an exhale. Press through your knees. Inhale, lift your chest, look up, bring your head back. And exhale, round. Inhale, look up, press down. And exhale, round. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Now inhale, look up, press down through your hands. And as you exhale, drop your right shoulder towards your left knee. Not too deep. There's a little stretch through the right side of your body. And inhale, come back up to center. And exhale, drop your left shoulder towards your right leg. Push through your left hand and feel what's happening in the sides of your ribs. We'll do that a couple more times. Now with breathing. So inhale to center. Exhale, drop your right shoulder towards your left thigh. Push through your right hand. Inhale, come back to center. Over towards the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. One more time over to the right. Inhale and exhale. And come back to center. And now you'll come off of your block. Come into a hands and knees position for cat-cow. So the whole point of this is to accentuate the natural curves of your spine and just get the spine moving. Just wake up your nervous system a little bit if you're starting your day, and kind of like winding down your nervous system if you've been attending to other people the whole rest of the day. So as you breathe in, press through your hands, look up, lift your chin up. As you exhale, round your back. Push through the tops of your feet, the palms of your hands. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Push, pull into the belly. And inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Last time. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Okay, take your block again. I want you to sit your booty right between your feet on top of your block. If you're tighter, you might need more than one block. You can also, if your ankles are tight, put a towel underneath the tops of your feet. And then just sit up nice and tall. Pull the belly in, lift up through the crown of your head. I'm going to face you now. And interlace your fingers. Push your palms outward and up to the ceiling. Now anchor yourself down through your sit bones. Reach through the palms of your hands. Pull the belly in, pull the ribs in, and lean over towards one side. Stretch through both sides of your body. And then come back up and over to the other side. You can regrip your fingers. See if you can push more through the pointer finger. Notice the tightness or tension or openness in your shoulders. Come back to center and then put your hands down on the mat. Anchor your right hand down. Reach your left hand up and lean over towards the hand that's on the floor. Reach. Push through your right hand. You might bend the right elbow a little bit. Open through the chest. Press the shoulders back and lean. It's always an anchoring down to lift to create more space. And then inhale back to center. Bring your hand down. Reach your other hand up and over to the side. Root down again through the bottom hand, up through the top hand. Press the shoulders back. We want total body integration. And come back to center. Bring your arms down. Begin to roll your shoulders back. Yeah. Nothing fancy. Just getting our bodies woken up, calmed down in a nice, gentle sort of way. And then roll your shoulders the other way. Be aware of how you're holding yourself up. And you don't want to be just like down rolling the shoulders, but press down, reach up through the crown of your head. And then one more time going back, open through the chest. Tops of your feet might be kind of screaming, especially if you run. It's okay. And bring your hands by your legs. All right. Last thing here, a couple last things. A little downward facing dog to alleviate the tension that might have gotten created at the tops of your feet. And a gentle down dog, so bend into the knees, water equality in the joints, little bend in the elbows, hands shoulder distance apart, drop your head. And then just walk your legs out a little bit. Wake up the backs of your legs, the calves, bottoms of your feet. And as you do that, breathe intentionally in through the nose, out through the nose, and let your head go side to side. And kind of look, shift your vision underneath each one of your biceps, triceps. And then come down onto your knees, lie onto your back. Take your block if you've got it. Doesn't matter if you don't. Supported bridge. Place your block on the tall setting underneath your sacrum. That's the triangular shaped bone at the low part of your back. Push your feet down. Now, since this is, if this is a morning practice, you might want to amp it a little bit and press down. Really interlace, take your hands closer and interlace your fingers. Otherwise, just make it more gentle. Just passively opening your body. Set your eyes. Just allow the chest to open. And press your feet down to lift your hips up if you're on the block. Take the block out from underneath you. Feet together, back into Superbadakonasana where we started. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Now I want you to do a little bit of a breathing practice, and this takes some attention. It's not about getting it right, but it really all is about directing your attention to what you're working on and out of thinking. So don't worry about getting it right. But you're going to breathe in and up through your chest. You can feel the palm of your hand rise. Now up into your belly, the hand rise. Now out through the belly and out through the chest. Now into the chest, into the belly, out of the belly, out of the chest. Into the chest, belly. Let the belly go. And let the chest go. 2 more. Chest rise. Belly. Belly out. Chest exhale. 1 more. Chest inhale. Belly inhale. Exhale belly. Exhale chest. And then take your feet out wide, hands out wide. Just lay down into Shavasana. And I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need to get yourself set up for your day, wound down from your day. And I invite you also to a gratitude practice as you lay here. You can stay for as long as you want. And just keep calling to mind something, someone, some circumstance that you're grateful for. Thanks for joining me.